Hey you guys, it's Toya and thank you for watching Toya J TV. Today I want to tell you 5 things that you are doing wrong when you are doing your own relaxer. Alright, I always try to encourage people to not do their own relaxers at home. Even though you may do everything else to your hair at home, try your best. Really try to not do your own relaxers. You really need to let a professional do them. And I say that because I have seen time and time again where people come in and their hair is so damaged and it's breaking and it's all kinds of unhealthy. And then when I start inquiring on what the person has been doing to their hair at home, 9 times out of 10 they say they've been doing their own relaxers, but they cannot for the life of them understand why their hair is unhealthy or breaking or in the state that it's in. It's like they just don't put 2 and 2 together. And the reason for that is because a lot of times when you do your own relaxers, and look, I know I used to do my own relaxers before I knew better, but when you do your own relaxers, you may do them for years, or you may do them for months, or however long you do them, and you may not notice damage right away because your hair typically is strong. So a lot of times the first time you do something, unless it's extremely drastic, it may not, the damage may not occur right away. So you may not see the breakage right away. You may not see the balding right away. You may not see the breakage. You may not see a lot of the damage that's occurring, the overlapping. You may not see the actual results of that immediately. So you thinking that you're good when in actuality, you're not. And what's happening is you are causing damage. It's like you're chipping away. The first time you try to cut down a tree with your axe, you don't cut it down with one hit, but as you keep chipping away, eventually that tree is going to fall over. And that's the same thing that happens with your hair. Every time you relax it on your own, it's like you're chipping away at it, and then eventually it just gets to a point where it can't take it anymore, and that's when it starts breaking. And then it's the relaxer took my hair out, I'm going natural. No, if you would have just seen a professional, then none of that would have happened. So here are 5 things that you are doing wrong when you're doing your own relaxers at home. Number 1, you cannot see what you're doing. Okay, when you're back here and all this, you can't see where your new growth starts and where it stops. You can't see your previously relaxed hair. So 9 times out of 10, you're going on top of that hair again. So that's the first thing. You can't see what you're doing. Even when you're in the front, especially if your hair is already straight, you can't tell where your relaxed hair stops and where your new growth ends. You cannot tell. You can't see it. So if you're over processing that hair, you need to be able to stop it, because you should not be going on to previously relaxed hair. Number 2, processing the hair too long. If you look on those boxes that you buy out of the store, they give you a time frame of how long it should take you to process your hair. A lot of times it's in between 13 to 15 minutes. Now, how many of you can relax your own hair, and that means getting it in, smoothing it, and rinsing it out within 15 minutes? Nobody. All right, so when you're processing it longer than the time that they tell you to, then you run the risk of over processing your hair. Number 3, and I kind of touched on this before, but processing already relaxed hair. Now, when you just try to relax your hair every time it feels a little nappy, okay, that means that you're processing your hair too early. This is how I try to break it down for my clients. For instance, if I know when I relax, so this is my part. If I know that when I relax your hair, I'm going to come down to right here, then I want you to have that much of new growth before I relax your hair. If you only got this much of new growth, this much of new growth, there's no way I can relax that without getting it onto the previously relaxed hair. So why run the risk of overlapping? Go ahead and grow your hair out enough to where I only will have to process just your new growth, because after 6 weeks, your hair has not grown enough. Your hair hasn't even grown an inch in 6 weeks. Normal hair only grows half an inch a month. So 6 weeks is about a month and a half. that's maybe a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. That's not a whole inch. So there's nobody out there that can relax just that little bitty tiny piece of hair. So if you are processing your hair, if you don't have enough hair to process without going on to your previously relaxed hair, then you're gonna get some damage to your hair. So you don't want to do that. Number 4, not using enough neutralizing shampoo. Now, a lot of times that little bitty bottle, it's about this big, that comes in that box is not enough, especially if you have a lot of hair. That little thing is not enough. You need to shampoo your hair with that 2 to 3 times to completely neutralize your hair. If you do not neutralize your hair, that means that your hair, you're not bringing the pH back down. And when you don't do that, then that can lead to damage and breakage of your hair. Number 5, not maintaining it properly. So you got the relaxer in, you're done, you did, you rinsed it out and all that stuff. Okay, so now what? Do you know what kind of treatments you may need to do to your hair since it's been relaxed and it's kind of in a weaker state? Do you know what you should be doing to your hair? Do you know how much heat that you should put on freshly relaxed hair? Do you know what styles to avoid on freshly relaxed hair? Okay, so if you don't know the answers to those questions, then that means you're probably not maintaining your hair properly after you relax it. So again, I want to reiterate, you guys, leave the chemicals to the professionals. Now after you go to your salon, and I have clients that only come to me when they need a relaxer. Other than that, they can handle their hair on their own, which is fine. I would rather you do that than come to me to shampoo it, but then when it's time to relax it, you want to do it at home. Don't do that. I would rather you come to me when it's time for the chemical, and then that way you can handle all the other stuff. That's just like if you need to have surgery. Okay, you're not going to have surgery on yourself and then let the doctor just maintain you. You want to let the doctor handle the big stuff, and then you maintain your own self. So let the professionals handle the big stuff, and then you maintain it at home. All right, you guys, I hope this helps you, and thank you for watching Toya J TV. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.